Cheap was a tiny chick. He was the smallest of all his siblings, but he had the biggest heart. Every morning he would wake up with the sun and chirp happily, ready to explore the world around him. He had soft, yellow feathers that glowed like sunshine. His feathers were so fluffy that they looked like little clouds floating around him. Everyone in the coop loved to cuddle with Cheap because he was so warm and soft. He lived in a cozy coop with his mum and siblings. The coop was always bustling with activity, with hens clucking and chicks chirping. It was a happy place where Cheap felt safe and loved. One day Cheap was playing outside in the yard. The sun was shining and the grass was green and soft under his tiny feet. He loved to hop around and explore new places. He hopped past the fence, which he had never done before. It was an exciting adventure for him. He felt brave and curious about what lay beyond the familiar boundaries of his home. Cheap saw something lying in the grass. It was a puppy. The puppy was hurt and looked very sad. Cheap's heart went out to the little puppy, and he knew he had to do something to help. The puppy had a thorn stuck in his paw. The poor puppy whimpered in pain, and Cheap felt bad. He wanted to help. He gently approached the puppy and tried to comfort him. Cheap knew he had to find a way to remove the thorn and make the puppy feel better. Cheap was small, but he was brave. He knew he had to do something. Cheap flapped his tiny wings. He chirped as loud as he could. "Help! Help!" he cried. But no one heard him. Cheap thought hard. He had an idea. Cheap started pecking at the thorn. He pecked and pecked. Finally, the thorn came loose. The puppy licked Cheap's head. He wagged his tail. The bond between them was growing stronger with each passing moment. Cheap, the little chick, felt a sense of responsibility towards his new friend. He knew that the journey ahead would be challenging, but he was determined to help the puppy find his way back home. Cheap was happy. He knew the puppy was grateful. The puppy's eyes sparkled with gratitude, and Cheap could feel the warmth of their budding friendship. They had already been through so much together, and this was just the beginning of their adventure. But the puppy was still lost. He looked around, his eyes filled with confusion and a hint of sadness. The world seemed so big and unfamiliar to him. Cheap could see the worry in his friend's eyes and knew he had to do something. Cheap decided to help him find his way home. With a determined look, Cheap took the lead. He chirped reassuringly, letting the puppy know that he was not alone. Together they would face whatever challenges lay ahead. Cheap walked ahead. He looked back to make sure the puppy was following. Every few steps he would glance over his shoulder, ensuring his friend was close behind. The puppy, trusting Cheap, completely followed without hesitation. They walked for a long time. They crossed a stream. They hopped over rocks. The journey was not easy, but they faced each obstacle together. The stream was cold and the rocks were slippery, but their determination kept them going. Cheap never gave up. He knew they would find the puppy's home soon. With every step, their bond grew stronger. Cheap's determination was unwavering, and the puppy's trust in him was absolute. They were more than just friends. They were a team, and together they could overcome anything. Finally, after a long and adventurous journey, they saw a house in the distance. It was a quaint little house nestled in the countryside, surrounded by lush greenery and a beautiful yard. The puppy, whose name was Rover, ran towards it with all his might. He barked happily, his tail wagging furiously as he sprinted across the yard. A little girl named Emily came running out of the house as soon as she heard the familiar bark. Her face lit up with joy and excitement. "Rover! You're back!" she cried out, her voice filled with happiness. She opened her arms wide, ready to embrace her furry friend. She hugged the puppy tightly, feeling the warmth and love that only a true friend could bring. Just then, a small chirping sound caught her attention. The little girl looked down and saw Cheap, the baby chick, standing there. Cheap had been Rover's companion throughout the journey. "You helped my puppy?" she said, her eyes sparkling with gratitude. She knelt down to get a closer look at the brave little chick. She gave Cheap a gentle hug, too, appreciating the tiny hero who had stood by Rover's side. From that day on, Cheap and Rover were the best of friends. They shared a bond that was unbreakable. Forged through their adventures and mutual care, they played together every day, exploring the yard, chasing each other, and enjoying the simple pleasures of life. Their friendship was a beautiful reminder of the joy that comes from having a true friend by your side.